Welcome to OLI trainings. A testable requirement is one that can be objectively verified. For example, the requirement, the response time shall be less than 1 second for the specified design load can be tested by running the system with different loads and measuring the response time. Black box testing is a type of software testing that does not consider the internal structure or implementation of the software. Instead, it focuses on the functionality of the software from the user's perspective. In this case, the tester is trying to test the website security by entering invalid credit card information. This is a black box test because the tester does not know how the website security is implemented. They are simply trying to see if the website will accept invalid credit card information. To decide the minimum number of tests needed to ensure that all the questions have been asked, all combinations have occurred, and all replies given, we can create a decision table to analyze the possible combinations. Let's break down the procedure and identify the questions and possible replies. 1. Ask, what type of ticket do you require, single or return? Possible replies will be single or return. 2. If the customer wants return, ask what rate, standard or cheap day? Possible replies, standard or cheap day. Based on this information, let's analyze the combinations and possible replies. 1. Single ticket, reply, single, 1 combination, 1 reply, 2. Return ticket, A, standard rate, reply, return, standard, 1 combination, 1 reply, B, cheap day rate, reply, return, cheap day, 1 combination, 1 reply. Total combinations, 1, single, plus 1, return, standard, plus 1, return, cheap day, equals 3. Therefore, the minimum number of tests needed is 3. The equivalence classes are defined based on the amount of tax that is paid. The first £4,000 is tax-free, so all numbers in the range £0 to £4,000 are in the same equivalence class. Class 1, £1,500 is taxed at 10%, so all numbers in the range £4,001 to £5,500 are in the same equivalence class. Now Class 2, £28,000 is taxed at 22%, so all numbers in the range £5,501 to £33,500 are in the same equivalence class. Now Class 3, any further amount is taxed at 40%, so all numbers above £33,500 are in the same equivalence class. Now Class 4, the groups of numbers in Option D are £5,800. This is in Class 2 because it is between £4,001 and £5,500. Next £28,000, this is in Class 3 because it is between £5,501 and £33,500. Next £32,000. This is in Class 4 because it is above £33,500. Therefore, the groups of numbers in Option D fall into 3 different equivalence classes: Class 2, Class 3, and Class 4. The other options do not fall into 3 different equivalence classes. For example, Option A has all 3 classes, but Option B only has classes 2 and 3, and Option C only has classes 3 and 4. Therefore, the answer is Option D. To pair the test management terms, VZ, with the activity descriptions, 1 to 5, let's match the descriptions with the appropriate terms. 1. Calculation of required test resources. This activity is related to estimating the resources required for testing. Match, X, test estimation. 2. Maintenance of record of test results. This activity involves keeping a record of the test results. Match, W, test monitoring. 3. Reallocation of resources when tests overrun. This activity involves reallocating resources when tests exceed their planned schedule. Match, V, test control. 4. Report on deviation from test plan. This activity involves reporting any deviations from the original test plan. Match, Z, configuration control. 5. Tracking of anomalous test results. This activity involves monitoring and tracking any abnormal or unexpected test results. Match, Y, incident management. Based on these matches, the correct pairing is C, V3, W4, X1, Y5, Z2. Faults are cheapest to find in the early development phases but the most expensive to fix them. This option accurately characterizes the cost of faults by stating that it is more cost-effective to identify and address faults during the early stages of development. As the development progresses, the cost of fixing faults increases significantly. This is because detecting and fixing faults becomes more complex and time-consuming as the project advances. By catching and resolving faults early on, the overall cost of development and testing can be reduced. To achieve full statement coverage, we need to execute each statement at least once. In this case, there are 3 statements, read P, read Q, and 2 print statements. Therefore, we need at least 1 test case to cover all statements. For branch coverage, we need to cover both branches of each conditional statement. In this code, there are 2 if statements, so we need 2 test cases to cover both branches. Impact analysis is primarily used during maintenance testing. Maintenance testing involves making changes or updates to an existing system, such as fixing defects, adding new features, or adapting the system to new environments. In such scenarios, impact analysis helps identify the potential areas of the system that may be affected by the proposed changes. By conducting impact analysis, testers and developers can assess the potential risks and impacts of the changes on the system's functionality, performance, and other aspects. This analysis helps prioritize testing efforts and determine the necessary scope of regression testing to ensure that the modifications do not introduce any unintended side effects or break existing functionality. While impact analysis can also be used in other testing phases to some extent, it is most commonly associated with maintenance testing due to the nature of making changes to an existing system. Thanks for watching.